Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some UnderRail, shall we? Well, I'm just kind of searching through all of these rooms, and I had already done that before when I decided to reload. So I did that again to get everything, and now I'm going back looking for clues about Todd so that I can perhaps try to save Todd, get him to go into the research lab with me. Now, this family picture here, it says nothing if you click on it at first, but if you keep clicking on it, it gives you information about the Newman family. The family is tagged as Angus, Shelley, and Todd Newman. They are standing in a meadow of crimson grass moving in the wind. The father of the family is a bald, stubby man wearing an engineering suit and an ill-tempered expression on his ill-set face. The mother is a thin woman with deep green eyes embedded in a pale, featureless face. She's wearing a pristine white suit with many colored ornaments. Between them is Todd, a young, skinny, thin-haired, pale boy trying to find a suitable smile for the camera. So he was thin as a child, anyway. And there's Omni tools and some other engineering stuff in here, but that's it. And this family photograph over here is another family, and the father is tall, smiling, wearing a Lemurian doctor's coat and a high-tech monocle over his light blue eyes. The mother is a petite, smiling blonde, wearing a simple but fittingly elegant cyan dress, blue-eyed as well, but is wearing bifocal high-tech glasses instead. The daughter is the spitting image of her mother, the major difference being her somewhat lighter shade of hair and softer, rounder features. And it is Stig, Asta, and Siniva Oyvinder. They're standing in a warmly illuminated hall of imposing perpendicular architecture. Okay, so those are the two family portraits that I've basically found, and I'm going to try to figure out how I can use that information to unlock dialogue options with Todd and his, internal personalities. Here's the power. The power is here. Research and development has the most power allotted to it, but all domes draw little at the moment. It houses 2 hydrothermal generators, both of which are in good condition. Food processing, aquaponics, and manufacturing domes draw no power at all. They're disconnected from the grid. Docking and 2 residential domes are stable. Alright, interesting. And there's some toxic sludge and a shaded visor. Okay. And let's see what's over here. Oh, right. This is like the weapons place. Alright, they have mines. Those are nice big grenades. Surveillance monitors, okay. Bullets, cabinet. Sure. Got a bunch of 9mm rounds. Here's a box with some stuff in it. And this is the security office, right. Alright, let's just keep checking up here. See if there's anything else for us to find. And I will just read these computer records again. Medical records on Todd. Hormone test result. Yes. And notes. And yes. Okay. So now, do I have enough information to, crack the proverbial code and talk to Todd? I don't know. I'm going to save it. Okay, so now that it's saved, I'm going to... did I go into this room yet? What's in here? A wardrobe. Oh, here's a child's drawing. Okay, this has got some experience. And a locker and a locker. But that's it. It's a big room, but there isn't really much else to interact with in here. This is the weightlifting room. The odor of pungent, sour sweetness is mixed with sweat, permeates the air. Alright, I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to talk to Todd. He's in here. You find him sitting on the bench, wiping his forehead with the absorbent patch on his sleeve. Then, with gleaming eyes, he opens an unlabeled institutional-sized can and begins scooping some kind of dark paste from it. Its smell is sweet and sour and distance-keepingly pungent, but he seems to be reveling in the stuff. I'd like to speak to your parents-in-law again, please. He closes his eyes. Welcome back, Mr. Outsider. Care for a drink? We have an old bottle of green Coral, double distilled, wonderful, mature spirit. You're most generous, Mr. Newman. He pours some invisible liquid into an invisible glass. Cheers. He then raises his imaginary glass, swirls the liquid that's not in it, sniffs its fictitious smell before taking a delightful sip of nothing. And then we could try this one. Oh yes, great stuff. Possibly the best green Coral I've ever tried. Baritone after taking a sip of nothing himself. Splendid. Okay, so I'd like to know... what do I want to say here? About Todd. Can you let him unlock the gate for me? He'll go screw it up. Plenty of stress. Angus... Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. I can talk about the tool bracer. Tool bracer. It's a bracer-like machine that goes over the arm and holds and moves according to the user's wishes. A necessity for any kind of serious work. There are many bracers on this station, but I've only ever used my father's one. It's the only one I keep in this shop. I found this in the machine shop. Ah, my tool bracer. And that moron lost all of the tools. Could you show me how it works? After some hesitation. Well, you put it on like this. He takes the bracer and puts his arm through it, having the decorated transparent section facing up. He then quickly presses on the root of his thumb with his fingers, which causes the straps to automatically tighten themselves around the forearm's anterior side. The strap lock still works good. So how do you use it? It's all gesture-based. There's a sensor by the wrist, which detects even the most minute tendon movements. Pressing the root of your thumb activates and deactivates gesture recognition, but you can program it to your liking. He checks the connector at the base of the device. Corroded. The tools inside are held by electromagnets, and you can move your hand to rotate them around your arm and have them inserted into your hand, all very smoothly unless the magnetic focuser's going to depths. It also picks up tools and replaces them with new ones. Once you get the hang of it, you can work it really fast. In the past, there were some expert engineers who could use two bracers at the same time, but their bloodlines died out, sadly, their skills left untaught. Can I try it on? There are no tools in it. I just want to see how it feels. He reaches out for his outer thigh, pushing his right hand through his suit into an imperceptible pocket. From it, he pulls out some kind of a metal rivet, and as soon as he does so, the pocket seals back into invisibility. He opens the tool bracer cover and pulls the rivet right in the middle. The magnets snap it into place, and he closes the bracer. This'll do. Here. Put it on like he did and press the root of your thumb with your fingers. The straps tighten around your forearm, slowing down a bit before locking as if verifying its thickness. The end result feels rather comfortable. There. Continue. Now, let's say you need to use a Huss wrench. In this case, straight size 8 jack rivet. It's to position 1. Move your hand up in line with the rivet. Move your hand up. The inside part of the bracer, a hollow cylinder in which tools are attracted by magnets, rotates so that the rivet reaches the anterior side, ready to be picked up. There you go. Move your hand down to reach for the rivet. As soon as your hand gets in position, you hear a short buzzing sound, and you feel the rivet being passed into your hand. Tilt your hand down and inward as if giving the tool back to the bracer. The magnet pulls the rivet from your hand, and the cylinder rotates it back into its original position. All of this happens very fluidly and quickly. Great, so you see you got the hang of it straight away. One more thing left to do. Some tools can be on the far ends of the bracer, and maybe you can't see them or need to access them more often. Let's rotate the whole cylinder. Tilt your hand up in line with the rivet while still keeping it up to rotate it left or right, whatever you want. Let's see. Let's try a bit to the right. The cylinder rotates and the rivet is now in the place you selected. Excellent. That's all there is to it, basically. It's not exactly robotic science to anyone but the boy. Intelligence. You get the feeling You did this a bit too well. I think I got lucky. Let me try one more time. I don't see the point, but you're our guest after all. Okay, put it back on. So maybe I need to pretend like I'm not smart or something to make Todd look better? Put it on and wait. Now press the root of your thumb with your fingers. Just a quick one. What? Damn it, the root of your thumb, this thing. How do I press on it? He grabs your fingers and manipulates them into doing what he told you. See? Like this. The straps tighten around your arm, slowing down a bit before locking as if verifying its thickness. The end result feels rather comfortable there. Irritated. Now let's say you need a huss. It's position 1. Move your hand up in line with the rivet. Move your whole arm up. Did I say arm? Hand. It's not that difficult. Make a circle with your hand. Just up, just up. No circling. Just move it up. Up. Okay. Finally. Now what? By the depths. How hard can it be to follow simple instructions? Can't you get it through your thick skull, boy? I mean, child, Mr. Outsider, it's a miracle Todd learned how to use the tool bracer with you around. What do you mean, learned? The boy's as useless as... His voice drops in pitch, and whoever he is right now is staring at the tool bracer. I've been practicing when Father wasn't looking. His rumbly voice recovers, but it's a bit softer than earlier. I don't want him to be useless, but it's hard, damn it, hard, just like my father taught me before his, I knew I had to teach my boy everything I know, but he's slow, and he stares at the tool bracer even more intently. But the tool bracer, he can use it, he clearly can. Heh. Base, grumpy again. At least the boy can do something, right? Okay. So I got confidence from the father for Todd. What about Shelley? Yes, Mr. Outsider? I've seen your family portrait. It's really nice. The best one we ever did, and the last. Isla, my mother, passed away just a few months prior to when it was taken, the last member from my side of the family. I miss her so much, especially at times like this. I'm very sorry for your loss. Thank you. It all happened a long time ago. This station's been through a lot. Let's focus on the portrait. Yes, but I was thinking, there were still a lot of people here, you know, back when we were young. But over the years, one by one, they passed away. Focus on the portrait. The station's been through a lot. Death. There were still a lot of people here, you know, back when we were young, but over the years, one by one, they passed away. And few were being born to replace the dying. Yes, sadly, bad living conditions resulted in numerous health issues for us Lemurians over the years. It's too confined. The sub-islanders don't mind it. In fact, they prefer it. Lemurians took plenty of medications to maintain their health, but much of our capacity for manufacturing medicine was destroyed during the disunion. But the food production thankfully survived. The food was never a problem, never, not even the worst of times. We've always produced sufficiently, and throughout the years we've always had conscientious alimentary technicians who made sure food quality was up to the highest standards, and that's something I'm very proud to say myself. I've maintained this day to the best of my abilities, but you need more than just quality food to maintain the health of the station. Maybe one can tell by Todd that you're feeding him well. Our son needs help. He's got so much to worry about and can't possibly make time for everything. That's why I'm here, and my husband, of course. You make sure he stays in a good environment, yes? Todd spends most of his time in this dome. It's the safest and cleanest. As important health is at this time, naturally, it's even more important when he has these problems. Boy, there's a lot of things I can say here. These health problems, sadly... No, that's the wrong thing. Go back to this. Todd... You got a lot of things on your mind. I do my best as a mother and wife, and the only elementary technician. I have to think about everything, but my mother's always taught me to be strong and you have to let it out. Let it out. So I have my boudoir where I can go and weep. Yes, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It releases negative emotions. Huh, so she has a place where she goes to cry. Has Todd ever seen you do this weeping? I don't let him see me. I don't. Our son needs help. Okay. Your husband has a lot on his shoulders. Angus has always been a great father to Todd. Great, we're both hard-working and dedicated. It may seem like he's hard on Todd, but as I've told Stig and Astra many times, that's just how he comes across. You're lucky he still retained his sanity. His sanity, yes. Let's see. This here. Good environment, and then his father-in-law seems to be working hard with Todd. Yes, of course, he's after all the only physician around. Oivinders, there are only friends and obviously in-laws, nothing but the best about them, especially the sweet, sweet Cinna. I've yet to meet her. Todd and Cinna seemed like they were made for each other. They were so different yet so alike. They had no one else but each other, sure, but they're a perfect match. I still remember their wedding like it was yesterday. Sad we couldn't do a proper photographing session. We had to use a surveillance camera. Oh, wait, I need to go look at that. What if they just hypothetically didn't like each other? Well, they'd have to learn to like each other. There's no choice. We'd help them. Our son needs help. Portrait. Yes, but I was thinking, she doesn't want to talk about it. Can we change the subject? Anything you wish. About your portrait. Past. Portrait. You did well. Thank you. Your mother raised you to be a strong woman. Got that. Tell me about her. She was a wonderful woman in the conditions we live, but I wouldn't want to bore you. It's all in the past. Yes, we're still people here, but over the years we passed away. Okay, change the subject. I'll think about this. Let me talk to Stig. How may I help you? I've seen some of Todd's medical records. He's got low testosterone levels. Could that be due to stress? Yes, among other things. Stress affects testosterone levels negatively, which then results in impotence. That's why we need to keep it at a minimum through exercise while keeping him in an environment in which he can feel as safe as possible. You asked that Todd opens the R&D gate for you. That in and of itself will be stressful for someone in as delicate condition as he is, and as mundane an action as it may seem. I'm going to say keeping him in one dome is going to be more stressful in the long run. Having a new unknown space before him, one that's been described as dangerous to him repeatedly, is bound to cause him a lot of stress. The known is rarely scarier than the unknown, I'm going to say with Will. Also, he'll feel pressure not to make a mistake, even if it's such a simple thing. I'm going to go Will again. I know how implants work. I'll make sure he does fine. I'm just going like, I see, I'm just willpowering this guy. I'm just not taking no for an answer. Let's say it all goes well, but what if later on he opens the gate and they're alone and something happens to him? He shouldn't live in constant fear of everything. What if something in fact does go wrong when the gate opens, something that's an actual threat? I'll take care of it, and he'll see everything can be overcome. I understand. I think I now understand what you mean. It's not his low testosterone that makes him less of a man. It's not being a man that he keeps his testosterone low. Yes, yes. Native Lemurians, how different they are. I've grown distant to Todd after years of him and Cinna not being able to make a child. His problems prevented it, and I've worked years to improve his health with the means I had. His voice rises in pitch and exhibits more emotion. I felt like another patient. He shakes his head, reverting to his previous self. Yes, we've grown distant, Asta and I and him. Moreover, I believe he no longer has any kind of relationship with my wife. Very well, Todd needs independence in space. This combined with moderate physical activity should improve his health, mental and otherwise. Let's see. So I don't have unanimous decision because I can't get Shelley yet, but let's just see what happens if I do this. I suppose we could trust him. There could be germs there. You've convinced me, and my husband convinced me. What do you see in Todd's face seems to represent everyone look at each other. They hesitate. But as soon as one of them shakes their head, the others follow. Okay, so I got to get unanimous. All right, that's fine. About other things, I have to leave now. With pleasure, farewell. Okay, let's go check out... Shelley needs some more stuff. Something about the surveillance footage about their wedding. Let me look at all these monitors. Hallway 2. Hallway 1. Docking exit. Jeez, look at that. Maybe there's something to that. And... Huh. Alright. I didn't exhaust, like, every dialogue option with Shelley. I could go try that. Could look at their family picture again. I guess this is docking exit right here. Is there a room that I didn't look inside yet? What is this? Is this a room? If it is, I can't get in here. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be. There's nothing to click on. Well, let's go in here. I didn't go in this one yet. Some of these rooms I need to actually open, so... I don't know if it's going to be like Cinna's bedroom. She says her wardrobe, right? Maybe I'll check the wardrobe again after talking to the mom and something will appear in there? I don't know. Yeah, here's the wardrobe. Her boudoir. Her dirty rag. I mean, I'm going to look at that. And then there's a child's drawing, right? Let me look at the child's drawing. It's an oddity. These are alphabetical order? Okay. It's an e-paper containing a shaky drawing of Lemuria, buildings, people, servants, horned animals, crimson meadows. It's all there underneath a towering blue light. Right. So there's the crimson meadows again. Let's go back here and look at the Crimson Meadows, I guess? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna have to find Todd and just talk to him. I'm gonna save it. I feel pretty good about what we've done, but we still have to get through to Shelley. Hey, Todd. Come back, Todd. Talk to your parents. About Todd. Shelley. Portrait. Let's see. The station has a sad past indeed. It all started with the Great War. If it weren't for it, we'd all be running across these wonderful reed meadows with my mother, always talking about Biocore. They destroyed everything. Speaking of which, that majestic reed field you chose as your picture's background looks great. Thank you. I chose that one. This last time Angus picked something dull, static, minimalistic, interesting, while I wanted something visually stunning that captured the better, prosperous times of our history. The Oivinders did the same with their portrait, only their sub-islander culture is different. Oivinders, they're our only friends here, and obviously in-laws. Nothing but the best about them. Disunion didn't seem to have gotten in the way of good relation between you and the sub-islanders? No, no. Most sub-islanders went outside during the disunion, and the remaining ones continued living here with us. There were some tension in succeeding years, naturally, but all was forgotten, yes. However, many lives were lost then, and much was destroyed. So much death. Your bloodline survived, you and your husbands, and now you have Todd. Angus has always been a great father. Right. The Olivinders know you well enough. The Silvislanders prefer these conditions, but they were always fewer in numbers. There were a lot more before the disunion, yes, but now the Olivinders are the only ones left. You've known them your entire life, basically. They're our only friends here. I've yet to meet her. They had no one else, but they knew each other from birth, so they knew each other well. I've yet to meet her. But Todd, unfortunately, Todd's problems. At first I thought it was Seneva that was the problem, but Stig convinced me that Todd was the one who had fertility issues. But isn't it, even without an expert's opinion, more likely that Todd is the one with the problem, looking back at the health of the Lemurians? He's, well, yes, you're right. Darn, that didn't do it. You need more than just quality food to maintain health. Illness took away many after the disunion, didn't it? Yes. I gotta get back to that. Let's see, these problems. I'm sure Cinna is very supportive of him. After a slight pause, they looked like they were made for each other. On Todd. So you keep him doing exercise? Yeah. Fertility? Todd's problems. I'm sure he did. Yes, he's the only physician around. No. So it's all on Todd? Our son needs help. Your husband... It all comes with being a parent. You've got a lot on your mind. Oh, here we go. And it all seems to have worked. You look stunning in that portrait, if I might say so. I'm going to keep bringing this back up. She smiles. But we all look well, don't we? My husband doesn't like taking pictures, though, but he does his best. It all comes with being a parent. Yes, on that portrait, his only worry seems to have been trying to put on his best smile for the camera. Yes, I love that. He was so charming. Or that Reed Meadow reel, although I don't know if I'd let him be in a suit out there. Okay, so I had to take a break, and I think I figured this out in terms of the dialogue. So it was kind of accidental. I was just trying to exit it, but it seemed like it worked. So what we do is go over here, and we say to him, I'd like to speak to your parents, and then about Todd, and now I need to talk to Shelley, and then I need to go into the family portrait. But then she keeps drifting away, and I never tried this. Let's go back to the beginning, because I thought this was only a dialogue option that you would use if you messed it up, but, you know, I have to exhaust all of these options. So let me try this one, and then she says, yes, we were talking about the portrait, weren't we? And then she says, she talks about Isla, and then her mom, and then can I go back to this? And then she goes to that. How old was she? Okay. Here we go, this is new. 58, sadly, bad living conditions resulted in numerous health issues for us Lemurians over the years. It's too confined, right? Oh, no, I did see this. So let's go here and food production. You did well. Has Todd ever seen you do this? She doesn't let him see it. There was one option that I had where she was, like, willing to talk negatively about her husband, but I can't seem... Let's see, he's got a lot on his shoulders. They know you well enough. Let's see. Cinna looked wonderful in the portrait. I'm sure she's grown up into a beautiful woman. Todd is lucky. Yes, the two of them... Just after that portrait was taken, they disappeared, both of them. We couldn't find them at all. I was mortified. Mortified. We searched the entire station. Then Angus heard them giggling in some utility space behind one of the wall panels. They were happy. Oh! I don't think I ever saw them happier. I gotta go find that. So the happiest he's ever been was when he ran away to a dark, dirty wall section with Seneva. Her voice dropped slightly in pitch, losing some of the hoarseness along the way. Oh, it's Todd again. Father really beat me hard when he found us. God, this abusive nightmare. I'm sorry, Todd. She shakes her head, recovering her voice. Angus disciplined him, but as I've said, yes, Todd was happy. Oh, maybe he does need some... I want what's best for him. We're watching his every move, when in fact, maybe... wonderful portrait. Can you let Todd unlock the gate for me? Hoarse falsetto. Let's see. Now it looks like they're all on the right page. I suppose we can trust him to unlock it, but what if... he'll be alright. It can't be that bad. You've convinced me freedom of movement and action would benefit his health, and my husband convinced me. One by one they nod, and... Yes, you have our permission to take the boy to the gate, but remember about what we talked about earlier, Mr. Outsider. I will do so right away. Todd, are you in there somewhere? He closes his eyes and reopens them after a few moments. Me? I need you to unlock the gate for me. I can't go there. I told you. I talked to your parents. They allow it. They do? He pauses, confused. Yes, they do. Follow me. Oh my God, we did it. Oh, my sing-song day. Alright, now let's try at this point not to get Todd killed. Todd brings his right hand near the gate control screen. The red light turns green, and the gate opens. He pauses, almost as if he wishes to turn away and leave, but he instead speaks with a new voice, not too dissimilar to his usual tenor. Todd, he looks around. Continue. Cinna? Seneva? Can you hear me, Todd? Yes, I'm helping Mr. Outsider, and you are you feeling well? How's our baby boy doing? Todd, what's the matter, Cinna? How's our boy? Don't you know what I'm talking about? It took us so long, Cinna, but we finally did it. You gave me a boy. Her eyes fill with tears. Oh my God. Todd, I'm dead. Frey is dead. We did not survive the birth. My parents... Your parents, everyone. You don't know whose teary eyes you're staring into, but after a while it doesn't seem to matter. You were waiting for me, to make you happy, Cinna, for so long. You can't be. He wipes his tears away. You are. Oh my God, he's finally realizing. And I'm alone. Well, I can take you to meet some people, Todd. He gives you a sad and unmistakably more mature look, then he turns around and jogs away. Okay, so I don't have to protect him, and hopefully we can find him. I believe that Rob and Key, Jean-Luc, were telling me that I can save him and have him live somewhere else. So we'll do that later, but let's save the game before we go into this, and I'm just going to pray that I don't encounter anything. But if there's a fight, I'm going to have to change all my equipment. I'm going to stealth up. There's a gate control. Let's see what we've got here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we've made it. Computer. Excellent material for fireproof closing, as basalt fibers are highly resistant to transparent metallic glass. A microalloy composed of is made through the process of aerodynamic levitation. So this is all like research that they were working on with different stuff, which is interesting. And I open this gate, and is there anything over here? Alright, well there's lockers. Hacking. I'm ruined. There's crafting materials. It's stuck. Okay. Well, it's stuck is never a good sign. Alright. Let's kind of look around down here. This place is unmistakably overgrown with fungal nightmares, which I'm very used to. A symbiotic environment combining conventional aquaculture with hydroponics, making the aquaponics, indeed. Aquaponics, yes. Yes, how wonderful. So here's more gates. I wonder if I am ever going to have to use these gates to trap something or solve some kind of puzzle, but we'll find that out soon enough. Oh, advanced catalyzing belt. Oh, I think I've seen this before. Here's a gas mask and a doctor's coat. Chemical pistol stuff. Yeah. Alright. Let's go around down here, I guess. Okay, we made it. And what does this say? Storage. Well, let's pilfer your storage. It's stuck. Why is everything stuck? Hexogen, coal, insulated foam padding. Okay. Wow, look at that recliner. Oh, a little food. Sure, we'll take it. Oh, I closed the door. God, that's embarrassing. Alright, what do we got? This is like if you're a hacker, you're in paradise in this place. They don't use mechanical locks here. They got no need of them. They don't believe in them. Alright, I'm actually going to save the game. I'm getting really suspicious of what could happen to me here. Okay. There's a little mattress. Somebody was just chilling out there. Shoes. It's stuck. Bullet casing. That door is a hacking door. Special lab, general lab, docking. We're obviously looking for the acorn. No power. Okay. Here, can you get to this? Why, yes, we can. I'm going to come around here and just check this out. Let's see, there's a desk. Oh, there's an oddity, a weird symbol. There's an experience. I'll take the stew. And this computer says MedSynth canisters in the manufacturing dome. Okay. Medical cabinet. Oh, how about that? Good stuff. Here's a fuse box. Here's another computer between R&D and the remaining submarines and subspheres. Sacrifice of human flesh and bone. Whoa, what were you working on? Just as he expunged the invading submarine, tons and tons of sooted slime in this place, darkening, bring a fragment of that which gave us wisdom. Flot Sormir's power, infinite. Oh, yes. So this is all like gotten to pieces according to instructions while the liver is dipped. This is blood collected in a bowl. Yeah, here we go. This is where the kind of whole serpent person ideology seems to have emerged from. Whatever they were doing in this lab. There's nice shield capacitors in here. These are good quality. These are actually insane quality, so we'll take those for making good shields for ourselves. And, alright, let's go over here. Empty locker. So some of these gates I can't open because we have a power problem. Alright. I can open this one now. Okay. Oh my god, there it is. That's gotta be it. I'm gonna save it. That's gotta be the acorn, maybe, but... Or is it... Oh, look at that banner. It's got snakes on it. Shadowlith. Oh, that ain't the acorn. To merely call the monolith dark would not be accurate. Its blackness is not merely the lack of reflected light, but emptiness in every way. Its space is not vacant or filled with dark substance, but rather it feels as though there is not even any space there. It's more like a tear in space-time, or perhaps a tear in reality itself, revealing the nothingness beyond. At the same time, the monolith does appear as if it has some sort of existence itself, and its existence seems clearer and more fundamental than that of everything else around it. One of its corners seems to have been cut off, giving you a glimpse inside the monolith, a sight of endless expanses populated by dimmed purple, bluish, and reddish light, sparsely lit by bright white particles, all swirling endlessly without aim in fine purple mist through the black void. I can touch it, I can touch the place where it was cut, or I can reach out with my mind. I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to investigate more before I mess with some death monolith. This thing doesn't look safe. Here's some liquid crystal slime. When motionless, the liquid is viscous and sticks to the walls of the container, its sparkling reflections richly colored, but when shaken, the liquid breaks up and turns into matte, dry lumps. It remains so for a few moments, then it resettles and reliquefies. So we can get 2 experience if we study it. Fair enough. What do you have? No power. No power. We need to get power down here. Medical cart. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff here. Medical cart. Great. Oxygen tanks. Certain grossly oversized hearts with electrodes attached to them. Oh, that's disturbing. No power. Right. Oxygen tank. Neural interface. Oh, good God. It depicts a gigantic serpent devouring a radiant sphere. Yep, that's pretty much serpent theology, ideology, lifestyle, serpent life in here. So this is where serpent people came from. But what's interesting is this is like a high-tech R&D facility, and they are decidedly low-tech. So I can turn on the power and see what's going to happen here. And I also need to investigate this. But this seems like I want to really, really be careful about what I do in this chamber. And we'll get into that next time. We made it, everybody. We made it into the R&D lab. We finally got through Todd's different personalities, and we found more than just the acorn, the scariest stuff imaginable. And we'll see how it all connects and ties together. I want to thank you all for watching. I am really just want to say thank you to you all for giving me hints about getting back here while keeping Todd alive. That was important to me for my playthrough of this game. I felt so bad for the guy, and he's such an interesting individual to have survived and can provide so much useful information to perhaps Professor Oldfield or whomever. So, great. Everyone, I hope you have an excellent evening or day. I'll check you next time. Take care.